Scottie stats. Good God, that's God.
You know, your parents will tell you to get everything checked out. You know? Your teeth, your eyes, your heart, your buttocks, your wrists, your ankles, your toes, your ears, your fucking cuticles. You can get everything checked out. You can spend every other day, rest of your life, getting a checkup. Okay? And I'm not saying that we have to do that for the NBA rookies. I'm not gonna do a podcast every fucking day. Like, Jalen Green shot 2 of 24 again. No, I'm not going to be that, I'm not going to say micromanaging. What would be the word for that? Critical, I guess. Just so fastidious. Was that used correctly? Get out my dictionary here. Fastidious. Actually, now I'm curious what that actually means. I think I used it right? Fastidious. Did I even type that correctly? Oh, no, that's facetious. Hold on a second. I'm gonna pause the podcast. I used it correctly. Okay. Wow. Sound the horns. Very attentive to and concerned about accuracy and detail. I'm not sure if it totally applies, but I'm not going to be checking, Jalens, Suggs's. I am going to be looking at their stats almost every day, but am I going to do a podcast about it? No, but I think now's a good time. They're about 7 games in. I've been wanting to do this podcast since the first game. I've been overreacting. I've been looking at their stats, charting their progress. And I think it's high time that these young men, get in a single file line and trickle into my office and, take a little look-see, see what's good, see what's bad. Sounds so weird. 38-year-old man with no medical background, just giving NBA basketball players statistical physicals. It sounds a little weird. So get that image out of your mind. Okay, this isn't some sterile doctor's office. I don't have a stethoscope. All right. I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I'd probably be putting that stethoscope like on their butt or like on their forehead and shit. But in terms of looking at the stats, I have eyes, and it's debatable, but some would say I have a brain. So why wouldn't I take a little gander and see where these guys are at the 7-game mark? I don't know why I said it that way, but okay, let's start with. Okay, everybody has their favorite kind of players, all right? And admittedly, Jalen Green is not my kind of player. He's cut in the style of Ricky Davis, volume shooter, low percentages. Although he's at a 48 true shooting percentage, and this is something I've started to look at, the true shooting percentage. I'm going to give you a textbook definition. One moment. Okay, so true shooting percentage. Let me give you the definition from Wikipedia. In basketball, true shooting percentage is an advanced statistic, it's hard to say, that measures a player's efficiency at shooting the ball. It is intended to more accurately calculate a player's shooting than field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and three-point goal percentage. Field goal percentage, taken individually. 2 and 3-point field goals and free throws are all considered in its calculation. It is abbreviated TS percentage. So it's calculated, now, oh boy. It is calculated by TS percentage equals points over 2 in parentheses field goal attempts plus in parentheses 0.44 times free throws attempted in parentheses. So I don't know what the fuck that means, and you'll have to go to Wikipedia/wiki/true shooting percentage /true_shooting_percentage, and you can look at that fucking mathematical equation. But I'm going to trust that it's a good. It basically is more of a clear distillation of how good of a shooter somebody is. Okay. For instance, let's look up our dear leader Nash. What is his true? See, his true shooting percentage was 60.5, which is like excellent, elite. You know? Okay, now I'm going down a rabbit hole. John Stockton. 60.8. Jesus Christ, dude. A little bit better than Nash. That's fucking unreal. Steph Curry. Because I'm going to be referencing this thing, I might as well give you like a baseline. All right, he's 59.2. Uh-oh. Nash, best Curry in true shooting percentage. Look out. But I think like, okay, so 50 is, okay, what is a good true shooting percentage? So like league average as of this writing is 56.8. And this article is from motherfucking February 4th, 2021. So it's recent. An elite one is 60. So it's kind of, that's weird. That's weird. I mean, we're still going to talk about the field goal percentage and free throw percentage, but I just wanted to bore you like crazy at the beginning of the podcast so that you stop listening, and then I'll get into the stuff you actually know about. No, I'm kidding. But so Jalen Green, let's go back. Jalen Green is shooting 37.8% from the field. Okay? He's averaging 14.6 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 3.3 assists with a 48.4 true shooting percentage. That's in 7 games. All right? His best game was against the Celtics, where he shot 11 for 18, 61%, and 8 for 10 from 3. And like, he's only had 2 really good shooting games from 3 and from the field, really. He was 9 for 15 against the Lakers recently, and 5 for 10 from 3. 7 turnovers, 24 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds. So he's a little streaky right now. Like, he had a 3 for 16 game against Utah, 4 for 16 against Dallas, 2 for 8 against LA. That's the first matchup against LA. So, you know, he's average negative 10.2 on the floor. So in the plus minus, he's at negative 10.2. Defensive stuff's not really there. I'd say he's having like kind of below where people thought he was going to be, you know? I mean, the dude is taking, let's see. He is taking 13 shots a game, 13.8. So he's not taking like a million shots, like 20 shots or something like that, but he's still taking a good amount. He's only hitting 4.7 of them. He's actually a plus. He's a minus 12.8. So that's even worse than I thought. He's just a volume shooter, man. I can't. I never was that excited about him. You know, he's streaky if he gets more consistent. I mean, obviously he can go nuclear, 8 for 10 from 3 as a rookie. That's pretty amazing. The Celtics have been awful defensively, but still pretty good. Look, I'm gonna approach it with an open mind. I'll be excited to see where his game goes. He's just not my kind of player, as I said. But that's, you know what? I can be won over really easily. You know that. It just takes like some more explosions from three, and I will saddle my wagon onto the Jalen Green caravan that is, admittedly, has been picked off. There's been some raids and some wagons have been destroyed and pillaged. But there's new wagons hitching on to new trains all the time, baby. So I'm talking about a wagon train, all right? Oregon Trail, not a fucking locomotive, dude. We're going way back. The journey west. You stop and you hunt for a bear or a squirrel. It's great when you can hunt for bears. They're slow and big, and you just, you just spin around and spray and just shoot, and then you eventually kill it. Or if there's a bunch of squirrels, you spin around too. You do the same fucking thing and shoot your rifle, and eventually it hits something, and you're playing on like an old floppy disk. Oh, baby. Those were the days. I think if I played that game now, it would be like the most boring. It'd be so fucking boring, but I was so captivated back then. All right. Jalen to Jalen. Mr. Suggs. Now, oh boy. Like, I kind of am guilty of, speaking of wagons, okay? I hitched my wagon to the mainstream train for Jalen Suggs. Everyone was like, oh, I can't believe the fucking Raptors didn't draft Suggs. Oh my God. Wow. What, Messiah? He's lost his touch. He's asleep at the wheel. It looks like that was one of the dumbest fucking sentiments in NBA take history, because, as we'll get into later, Scottie Barnes is a beast. And early returns in 9 regular season games for Jalen Suggs. Yeah, it's not good. Okay. Nah, it's not good. Nah. It's just the face I make when I talk about Jalen Suggs. You kind of like, eyes closed, you got your kind of bracing for something, kind of like this forced grimace / smile. Okay, let's get into the percentages. He's shooting 30% from the field, 25 from 3. Pretty good from the free throw line, 86.2. 3.6 rebounds, 4 assists. A steal. He's only a minus 1.1 on average. So, and he's been a plus the last 3 games. I think he's kind of slowly getting a little better, but his shooting is just fucking awful, man. Like, he's taking almost 13 shots a game, and he's taking 3.9. I'm sorry. 12.9, and he's hitting 3.9. That's just disgusting. And you're like a quasi shooting guards, point guard kind of hybrid. You can't. Like we just talked about it. Steve Nash was 60.8. Listen, I'm going to be, and by the way, he's 42.6 true shooting. Nash is 60.8. Okay, no big deal, better than Stockton. I'm sorry. Stockton was 60.8. Nash was 60.5. Uh-oh. Stockton, we talked about it. Amazing shooter. But, Steph Curry is like the modern... Although Kevin Durant, what is he, you think? Let's see. Holy fuck. Yeah, he's having an amazing shooting season right now, Kevin Durant. I saw this on Twitter, and it's really gaudy. Excuse me, I gotta alter this mic a little bit. There we go. Kevin Durant is shooting 58.3% from the field right now and 37.9% from 3. He's not even taking that many threes, especially the last 4 games, he's taken 2, 4, 3, and 1. He's living in the mid-range and getting some easy dunks as well. And he's just shooting a ridiculous percentage from the field. 66.9% this year so far. That's going to probably go down, but unreal. Wow. I'm going to do Kevin Durant career true shooting. I'm trying to get down a rabbit hole, but it's hard, baby. You see those rabbits, you got to run after them, right? So his career... Wait a second. I want to see the true shooting percentage. Oh, it's 61.5. Okay. Yeah. That's amazing. That's better than Nash, better than Stockton, better than fucking Steph. Although, let's see what Steph's is. Okay. And then I promise I'll go back to the rookies. Okay, so, yeah, Steph's is better. 62.6. Durant's is 61.5. So, Steph beats him by more than a point. So, Steph is the alpha and omega, as we've talked about. Okay, one more. I just want to see what Klay Thompson's is. Okay. Klay Thompson, 57.5. Okay, so there you go. Okay, I got to see what Ben Wallace's is now. 47.4. Okay, that's a funny one. So, Suggs is at 42.6. That's disgusting. He's a shooting guard. He's supposed to shoot. Shooting guard / point guard. I guess Cole Anthony's kind of being the point guard for them right now, but Suggs profiles as a point guard. Kind of, I guess. And he's shooting 42.6 in 9 games. Not a good start, but he can definitely rebound. Well, he can't rebound in real life. But no, he can rebound in terms of the stats. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Excuse me. Okay. Now, so you got two kind of guys who are chucking the ball, volume shooter types, can't hit the broadside of a barn. And then you got Mr. Evan Mobley, who, he's not like he's an amazing shooter, but he's just been more successful. Okay, his defensive versatility is something to behold. He's also playing huge minutes, 40 minutes back to back. Wow. He's averaging 1.4 blocks, 1.1 steals, 13.4 points. He's not fouling a lot, which is unusual for rookies. He hasn't fouled out yet. This Cleveland team is playing people close, man. Yeah, it's fun to watch. So yeah, actually, I'm sorry. He's at 1.3 blocks. We got to get the decimals exactly right. 8.2 rebounds. He supposedly has a great 3-point shot, but has not been shooting a lot. He's been only taking 1.1 a game. He's only hitting 20% of those. But this is a guy you got to watch, okay? People have been comparing him to Anthony Davis. There are definitely shades of that. He's graceful. He's what animal to compare him to? Maybe a giraffe? Like a super flexible giraffe that's been doing yoga for 2 years. That's kind of what he is. Yeah, that's definitely what he is. Some people call him Evan Mobility because he can move around. No, nobody calls him that. That's a stupid nickname. But wait, the dude doesn't even have a fucking nickname on Basketball Reference? Okay, we gotta think of a nickname for him. Fucking Moby, like the techno singer / composer. Guys, such a low effort nickname. There he is, Moby with a dunk. No. We'll think of something. I'm not gonna do it right now. I gotta light some candles and go into my special place, come up with something. He is super mobile though. There's something there with like Mobley, Moby, remixing a song. There's something there, and we're gonna discover it eventually. But he's a joy to watch. He just has quick feet for a big guy, and he's not like a typical galoot. He's like an athlete, kind of in the style of Giannis, or dare I say Wilt? Is he Wiltian? He just is very fluid and smooth and a joy to watch. What can I say? Turn on your TVs and get as close as you can to the screen. Press your face up against the screen and watch this guy play. Okay? You're going to like what you see. And if you don't, you get a full refund on this podcast. Okay, on to the next guy. Oh, brother. Should we save him for last? Nope, can't do it. It's like when you see that delicious peanut butter brownie sitting there on the counter, glistening from the light. The sugar, the caramel, slowly dripping down. And you say, should I save it for later? And before you can even answer yourself, that brownie is stuffed in your gullet and down in your stomach. And you enjoyed it for like 5 seconds. And then it's gone. And then you cry. And then 5 more brownies go down. No, I was joking. I don't even like sweets, really. These peanut butter brownies I've been eating lately. Like, I didn't have a sweet tooth for years. I was just a savory guy. I would eat fucking chips for dessert and shit. Like, I would do weird stuff like that. And then slowly but surely, I get into smoothies, but these banana peanut butter smoothies with a little chocolate syrup in there sometimes. And then, oh, brother. Oh, God. Before I know it, I moved near this bakery that's making these peanut butter brownies with chocolate in there and caramel. And boy, oh boy, I've been stuffing my face like a kid on Halloween. In fact, for Halloween, I got a few of those brownies. I ate one, and I was just like, if I eat another one of these, I'm gonna be sick to my stomach. So I didn't overdo it. My stomach is sensitive these days, man. I can't let's just say I can't put down what I used to put down, like the kind of food. If I eat too much, I feel sick. Didn't that suck? I used to be able to fucking stuff my face like a beast. Hey, I still do sometimes. But it's uncomfortable. And anyways, what the fuck? Oh, how did I get down on this track? Oh, yeah. So my peanut butter brownie is Josh Giddey. He is a delight. And he's so sweet. What a nice guy. No, I don't know what the hell he's like in real life. He could be a complete asshole for all I know. As my friend Samuel-san mentioned, he does look like he's like the singer of like some rock band, kind of like MGMT or something. Got a kind of a long-haired rocker vibe. That is accurate. He has played 7 games so far. He's averaging a kind of stat line that I love. He's got a little bit of everything, folks. 1.8 steals in the last 5 games. I'm liking that a lot. But let's look at his fucking stats right now, okay? So 1.4 steals, 0.7 blocks, 11.3 points. He's shooting 44% from the field. Not great, not horrible. He's taking 10.7 shots a game, 4.7 made field goals. Only taking 1.6 free throws, and he's shooting 63.6 from the free throw line. That's got to go up, buddy. But then, 5.7 rebounds, 5.9 assists. So it's like all around game. What he's doing, and he's just fun to watch, man. He's kind of like he can be a playmaker, but he's a good glue guy as well. He's crafty on defense. He's a tall, like, excellent passer. Can see over the defense. He's got like he whips the hell out of the ball when he passes. Like, he looks wiser than his years would indicate. And I like the way he plays, man. I just listen, I like the cut of his jib, first of all. But he's a heady player. And in some of these games in the fourth quarter, he's been clutch. Like against the Clippers, they lost the game, but he hit a jumper in Paul George's eye. Like, and then he drove past him a couple times. He's hit some clutch baskets. So in that game, he was, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He's been a fantasy producer, which I always enjoy. His shooting has to get better, but I think it will in time. He profiles as like a, dare I say, second time I've said this, dare I say Luka-esque, perhaps? Like, he seems like the kind of guy who can be like the lead playmaker for a team. Some people are saying that's total bullshit, and he is playing alongside Shea. So, listen, it might not happen for a while, and it might not happen at all. But, listen, I believe in him. All right? What can I say? I'm smitten. I'm smitten by him. He and Evan Mobley both. I am definitely smitten. More so Giddey. But he also had a game against the Lakers. He played really well when they beat the Lakers. He was 7 for 13, 2 for 5 from 3. 2 for 3 from the free throw line. 2 rebounds, 10 assists, a steal, and 18 points. And I think he was like the second youngest player behind LeBron to put up 10 assists. That's gaudy, folks. 18 and 10. I mean, against Philly, he put up 19, 7 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 steals. I mean, he's kind of just hovering in that Luka-esque triple-double E kind of region. He's had some bad games too, but I'm sold. I'm sold on him. So, okay. Now, I said I was smitten by Mobley and Giddey, but this next feller, Mr. Scottie Barnes, oh my. I told you. I'm not a big, I told you so guy, okay? I'm just not. But I had a feeling about Scottie, and I think I might have been right. Because this exuberant son of a bitch is putting up 18.1 points, 8.9 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.7 steals, 0.6 blocks, only 2.4 turnovers a game on 55% shooting from the field. Yes, he is shooting 22.2% from 3, and he has to get that up. And 70.8% from the free throw line. But, come on, man. His last 3 games before he tweaked his thumb, so he was out the last game, but 18 points, 21. He put up a 21-12 against the Pacers. The Pacers defense has been fucking horrible, though. But still, man, 25 and 13 against the Celtics. The Celtics have been giving up some big games. They fucking destroyed the Celtics, dude. 115 to 83. Holy shit. The Celtics are in a fucking tailspin right now. They beat the Magic last night, but the Magic are like one of the worst teams in the league, I think. So I mean, the Celtics lost to the Knicks, the Raptors, Washington, Chicago. All right. They're going to be okay. They'll bounce back. It's a long season. But Scottie, yeah. I'm excited. 58.5 true shooting percentage. I did not see that coming. I mean, he did not profile as like a great shooter coming in. And he's not a great shooter, but he's getting a lot of like close looks. But he's able to get his shot off pretty easily. And he's just been great for that team, man. He's like a ball of energy. It sucks that he got hurt. I hope he's back soon. I think they're going to reevaluate him, but I hope it's not like some kind of weird long-term thing. Okay. Now, this next guy, I had high hopes for. He hasn't been getting a lot of clock. I'm talking about Mr. Sengun. Alperen Sengun. I think I'm probably mispronouncing his first name. And Mr. Sengun, I apologize if you listen to this podcast. Because you, sir, are a delight to watch. And he just hasn't been getting a lot of clock. Not only 19 minutes a game. They're starting Daniel Tice over him, which is a joke. But, I mean, it's just a young, rebuilding team. Got to get this guy more clock. He's not shooting a great percentage, which is unfortunate. As much as I hyped him up. I don't know if I hyped him up a lot in this podcast, but I was just like in my own head. You ever podcast yourself in your own head? Anyways, 20 minutes a game. He's shooting 43%, 25% from three. You know, whatever. 8.6 points. I mean, these are just disgusting stats because he's not doing it. He's not on the floor, really. He's 54.1 true shooting percentage. The guy was an excellent player in Europe. I think he can be, if he gets the clock, he needs time to develop. He needs to be the starter. He needs to get the ball more too. He's dealing with like Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green as, you know, who are in charge of getting him the ball and like setting him up and shit. So two young players who aren't really point guards. Kevin Porter Jr. is technically the point guard, but he's not a point guard. He's like a shooting guard / small forward. I like watching him. I personally think he's got a lot of potential. Some people have dismissed him, but I know last year was like the juice ball era that people keep referring to. But the dude put up 50 points in a game, so it's like he can score, even though it's a juice ball era, he can score in bunches, and he's got so much potential. I think it's worth giving him that point guard role for this season just to see what you got, you know? So I hope Sengun will get more clock. He did start the last game. I played him in fantasy, and he broke my heart. So that hurt, man. Not going to lie. He put up, 6 points, 1 steal, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, and nice little tidy 5 turnovers, which fucking tanked his night. He would have had a bad night anyway, but that just was a cherry on top. He did have a steal, but 3 for 7 from the field. I mean, come on, man, you let me down. He had a golden opportunity. He had the jitters, He was just like, like when he passed on the ball, he'd be like, well, what do I do with this? What do I do? And, he might have shit his pants. I don't know what happened. He kind of shit his pants. He shit the bed. Whatever you want to say. I mean, he let me down. But you know what? I had a huge frown on my face. But that frown turned upside down. Because I believe in this guy. I think he's going to be really good. So I am I'm holding out hope. I'm still holding a ton of shares of Sengun. I've got actually a really big part of my portfolio of my prospective shares on this motherfucker. So he can't let me down. It would be devastating. But I mean, what are they going to do? They're not going to play Tice. They're not going to start Tice all year. You know, the issue is that Tate is also really good on their team. He's much smaller. He's more of like a small forward. So Sengun should be starting alongside Christian Wood for the rest of the year. And Christian will probably get hurt, so Sengun will get more. I mean, it's going to happen. It's got to happen. Because, again, I'm smitten. I like a lot of these rookies, man. Scottie's number 1, then Giddey, then Mobley, then Sengun, then, well, probably this next guy, Davion Mitchell, who is, he's not a stats guy. You can't look at the stats right now, really. I mean, he's shooting almost 40% from the field, 21% from 3. Some of these 3-point percentages are just disgusting. I mean, I'm going to touch on in a second, like, who's leading the 3-point percentage field right now, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, he's not even getting a lot of steals. He's a defensive stopper. He's been playing great defense. Like, the eye test, he passes it. You know, he's almost up to 10 points a game. He's at 9.5. He is just an amazing perimeter defender, and I encourage you, once again, to get up close to that screen and watch him very carefully and behold the defensive brilliance. Brilliance? He's not like Matisse Thybulle, who's like, has been talked about as a defensive genius. Someone said savant. He is. He's a fucking wonderkind on the defensive end. In fact, I just like watching Sixers games and watching him and nobody else. Just like zeroing in on him because it's so fun to watch. He's just like guarding like 2 guys at once. He's like just jumping around. He's concentrating so hard, so much so that it takes away from his offensive game, and he's god awful. But he is a delight to watch. He's the best defender in the NBA, I would say. At least like non-center. I don't know what to think about Gobert. I think Gobert is excellent. I need to watch more Jazz games because the ones I see are in the playoffs usually, and it's when he gets exposed. So, but Davion Mitchell, you know, he gave Seth Curry a fit. He shut down Damian Lillard, even though Lillard has been shutting himself down lately. But he's a joy to watch. Little, you know, spark plug, defender, great stuff. But so those are the. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Chris Duarte, the elder statesman of his class. It's been excellent. Let's see. He's shooting 43.6 from the field, which isn't great, but, you know, 16.9 points, 2.2 assists, 4.6 rebounds, 1 steal, 0.1 blocks. The thing he's doing great at, though, is he's shooting 42.9% from 3 as a rookie. And it's really helping out the Pacers. That's how you have a Pacers hat. I actually have a Pacers hat. I don't know what it is about. I grew up in Kentucky. We didn't have an NBA team, and I kind of gravitated toward the Pacers for like 1 year. I think it was when they had Rick Smits and Larry Bird as the coach with his stoic demeanor. Like seriously, somebody would like die in the court, and he would have the same facial expression, and there'd be a clown in front of him, like, you know, doing like all these ridiculous things, like pulling rabbits out of their asses and stuff, and he would have the same demeanor. His face never changed. Like he should be, when you look up Stoic philosophy on Google, his face should be like what you see. But anyways, yeah, I like that Pacers logo, man. I don't know what it is about it. I like it. I like the simplicity of it. So I have a Pacers hat. I got it for free, but I do have a Pacers hat. And I've worn it around. And people will look at it and they'll look at my face and just kind of shake their head, or they'll have like a look of disgust. Because honestly, I don't think there's many Pacers fans outside of Indianapolis. I could be wrong, but I like their team. I like Sabonis. Offensively, defensively, he's a fucking train wreck, but I'm a fan. What can I say? Miles Turner's been really good the last couple games. My goodness. Amount of blocks. I think he's got 3 blocks, 3, 5 his last 3 games. So let's go Pacers. All right. Yeah, on League Pass, it's so funny watching during the commercial breaks. They have, like the local DJ people who these are just ridiculous games they play, and the people go fucking nuts for just a free T-shirt or a free Frosty or some shit. In fact, I think the 76ers, if one player from the other team misses 2 free throws, then everyone gets a free Frosty because it's their, the freeze is on. They're frozen from the free throw line or some shit like that. Or they're frosty from the free throw line. I don't know what it is, but it's just funny, man. It's I think people are just overjoyed to be back in the arena. You can see a lot of smiling faces, people dancing, frolicking, getting fucking wasted, probably high and drunk off who knows what, getting in fights in the stands, and just, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Well, I think that's about it for this week. I mean, oh yeah, before I leave, 3-point percentage leaders, because there's some gaudy stats right now. So Eric Gordon's shooting 55.6% from 3. Seth Curry, that's the one I saw last night. I was like, whoa, what? And oftentimes you'll see these kind of percentages earlier in the season, and then obviously they go way, they go way down. Right now there's 3-point shooting has gone up just in general in the NBA over the years. But I think now you have 9? You have 9 people shooting 50% or above, which is fucking crazy. From 3, that is. So, Seth Curry is shooting 53.7. Carmelo is shooting 52.9 from 3. Patty Mills, 52.4. Tyus Jones, 52.4. That's a big one. Kemba Walker shooting 51% from 3 on how many attempts? On 6.1 attempts. That's unreal. Carmelo's shooting, what did I say, almost 53% on 6.4 attempts. That's fucking good, man. High volume. Cedi Osman. See, look. Damian Lee. These are going to go down. These are going to go down. But Derrick Rose is shooting 48% from 3. He's a much better shooter than he used to be. Let's take a look at these stats. He probably deserves his own podcast at some point. But the last 3 years, he had never shot over 34% in his career. I'm sorry. He shot over 34% one time in his from 2008 to 2021. 37% one time, and then 34% was the next highest, and then after that it was everything was below 33%. And then the last 3 years, 41.1%. I'm sorry, the last 2 years, he's shooting 38.8% and 48.1% the last 2 years. So this year and last year. That's impressive. That is fucking impressive, man. Just saying. And he's shooting better for the Knicks. Like, he shot 41.1% for the Knicks last year and 33.3% for the Pistons. That's how you pronounce it, right? Pistons? Yeah, thought so. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the crazy, there's so many other huge statistical outputs. Like Fred VanVleet the usage was outrageous. He's fun to watch. He's a spark plug offensively, and just such a weird looking guy. He's like this little like dwarfy, just round mound of fucking scoring and playmaking and stuff. Love watching him play. I think that's it right now, but I'll check back in with you. I mean, I'm enjoying the games. I'm fucking glued to the tube right now. I am so into the NBA, NFL too, as well. But these youngins are promising. Jalen Suggs, I think, came in with a bad attitude. Not that he was like, mean to his teammates and stuff like that, but I think there was an arrogance about him, and supposedly he was horrible in the Raptors workout. And I think Scottie Barnes, I'm ready to say it, I think he's going to be a much better player, and he's just versatile as hell. He's like 6'8", 6'9". Suggs is 6'4". Scottie can dribble. He can play make. He can fucking get above the rim. He's a great defender. And his shooting is getting better. I mean, he's shooting better than Jalen fucking Suggs right now. No, he's not shooting. Let's see. What is Jalen shooting from three? What did I say? 25%? What is this? He's shooting 23% from three. Scottie's shooting 22. So it's just like, and he doesn't give you, I mean, it's not that simple, but I'm just saying, that's an alarm bell. That's my alarm bell. That's the fire alarm. Whatever, like warning. I'm just saying, man. He can get better though. I mean, we saw last year with Anthony Edwards and some other rookies who he started out shooting this horrific percentage, and it kind of corrects itself a little bit. I mean, Edwards still is not an amazing shooter. Let's look him up. So last year he was 41% from the field, horrible. 32.9% from three, bad. He put up 19 points a game. This year, he's not much better. 42% from the field, 30.8% from three. Dude, he's a fucking awful shooter. Like, it's just weird. If you go by what you hear in podcasts and kind of the perception of some of these players, you're like, Anthony Edwards is on his way. I know he's a good leader, and I know he's doing a lot of good things, but he profiles. He's 6'5". He's going to be a good defender if he tries and all that shit. You look at the stats. 24 points a game. 23.9. 7.3 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 51.5 true shooting percentage. But if you look at these percentages, the dude is taking 21.7 field goals a game, and he's shooting 42.1% from those field goals. That's not good for your shooting guard. It's not good, man. You got to get to okay. I always go to Klay Thompson. It's not fair necessarily. Even Bradley Beal, who everybody can't get enough of. I'm a little more dubious, but I mean, this year he's shooting 38.7% from the field, Bradley Beal. But last year, the last 3 years, 48%, 45, 47, 48.5, 45.5, 47.5, 46, 48. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Edwards is shooting 42.1. It's not efficient. Now he's going to get better most likely, but I don't know. I'm just saying, like, these guys, if you can't shoot, if you're not a good shooter and you're a shooting guard, he's not in that category. But like Jalen Suggs, for instance, or Jalen Green, like people are like, they see these ferocious dunks, and yeah, he is. Oh my goodness, some of his dunks are just crazy, and I love watching them. But they just see that and they're like, oh, he's gonna be a problem. You better watch out. When you look at his stats and he's shooting 37.8 from the field and 32.7 from three, and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's the league average from three is what, like, let's see, 34%? 34.2%. I was close. So, you know, people are saying it's because of the new Wilson ball. Just saw an article. It's too bad, man. I like that Spalding. I have a Spalding ball. It's been gathering dust. Fuck Wilson. All right? No. I got nothing against Wilson. I'm sure they're great balls. But they're blaming those balls for other shooting. Who the fuck knows? Was it better? I feel like it was better in years past. So, okay. League average shooting percentage in last 15 seasons. So from three, so this year 34.2, last year 36.3, 34.7, 35.5, 35.6, 34.1. Okay, so, you know, whatever. It's like, it's not astronomical, the difference at all. So I'm not sure if I totally buy that. But, I mean, we still seen crazy three-point, like Steph Curry hit 9 threes in the first half or something. I gotta look that game up. Okay, then I'm gonna get off. Then I'm gonna finally get off this pod. But he had a ridiculous game where he had 25 points in the first quarter. It looked like he was gonna score like 80. He didn't. Suffice to say. But he didn't even put like 60. I can't talk because I'm trying to find these stats, but why can I not find what the fuck I'm looking for in this motherfucker? You're not going to give me his points? Okay, here we go. Yeah, it was against the Clippers. 9 for 9 from the field, 5 for 5 from three, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So he was perfect in that first quarter. I didn't see that game. I watched the highlights. Holy shit. When it's so, I mean, this is, everybody thinks this, but when he gets in fuego, there's nothing more enjoyable in the NBA. It is delightful. He's like a little imp. I talked about it before. He's like smiling, like running around. You know, take this. And it's just, you can't. It's like, you know, you get like a little sprite out of like this magical box, and it's like running around, and it's like, just you can't stop it, man. It's unreal. And Clay is, we know what Clay can do with this 37-point quarter, but did that make any sense? It's like you see it like a fantasy movie or something, or like you read a fantasy book, and it's like, you know, there's this little like fairy come out of the box, and it's like flying all over the place, and you can't, and it's just like doing so much damage. It's I can't get enough of it, man. I cannot get enough of it. He's not shooting as well from three. It's been a little up and down, so maybe the ball's affecting him. But still, he can get that hot. You know, he put up 45 that game. 8 for 13 from three, and he had a 7 for 20, which is not great for him. And then he had a fucking, what did he have recently? Yeah, he hasn't been that great, honestly. 25%. This is game by game. 25% from three, 61, 26, 44, 35, 40, 27. I mean, he's going to have some more blow-up games. Their team looks really good, and they're not even at full strength. It's going to be fun to watch this season. I hope you watch it alongside me. And we'll be back to discuss it very shortly. Hey, I want to thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Go find your peanut butter brownie, whatever it may be. Your version of that. Something that brings you joy and is over in an instant. No. But food is really ephemeral, right? But it's delicious. So enjoy life. And I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, bye-bye.
So Gotti stats.